guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Brenda and welcome. Before we get started with today's video, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe down below and click on the little bell so you guys can be informed every time I upload a new video and you won't miss out. So as you can see by today's title, I am going to be finally doing my breast augmentation and otoplasty Q&A. I mentioned to you guys that I did want to do a Q&A to answer the questions that you guys might have or things that I probably didn't cover in my plastic surgery experience video. First of all, if you guys haven't watched my plastic surgery vlog, go ahead and do that first. I'm going to link it down below. I've had so many good feedback from you guys about my vlog. I honestly wanted to be as real as I could with you guys, although it was pretty hard, to be honest, because plastic surgery is something very personal. I did try to share as much as possible as I could with you guys, and you guys loved it, so I want to thank you guys so much for all the good feedback. But yeah, going back, plastic surgery is something very personal, so to some people it might be uncomfortable because you do go through some stuff that are very like scary in a way, and when I was filming it, the only thing I was scared of is being judged. But then again, why should I scared of being judged? Why should I care about what other people think? I'm doing it for you guys so you guys can see what the process is like and see what people actually go through when they do procedures like that. So yeah, for the most part, you guys loved it, and yeah, I want to thank you guys so much. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this Q&A. I did ask you guys to send over some questions that you guys might have had, and I did get quite a few good ones, so I did write them down. So I'm gonna start off basically with the basics. The first one that I got was, who was your plastic surgeon? I did mention this in my vlog. My plastic surgeon was Dr. Taneja, Dr. T. I'm gonna go ahead and link his little Instagram on the side of the screen somewhere. But yeah, Dr. Taneja was my plastic surgeon. He did my breast augmentation and my otoplasty. And he is a very, very, very awesome surgeon. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, when you want to get any procedure done, you have to do a lot of research and you have to make sure that you're going with a surgeon that you can trust. And I knew right away that Dr. Taneja was someone that I can trust, and I knew he had years and years and years of experience. So I felt comfortable getting my boobs done with him. So yeah, Dr. Taneja was my plastic surgeon. So the next question that I got that a lot of you guys asked was, how much was each procedure? So for both procedures, my breast augmentation and my otoplasty, I paid a total of $9,000, and that does not include my medicine, my pre-op checkup, and all my lab work. That does not include anything. It was $9,000 for both procedures. Both procedures cost exactly the same, $4,500. And yeah, that is how much I paid. Obviously, you do have to get lab work. You do have to pay for your medicine. And there is things that you have to buy before surgery. So in total, I want to say that I paid like I want to say about like 9.3, like 9,300, around there. My lab work wasn't that much. It was only like 100, I think $150 to $200, and then the medicine was $150. I also did have to buy my surgical bras and stuff like that. So yeah, that's around like the average of what I paid for like everything for the whole procedure. The next question that you guys asked is another very popular question. It is, how many cc's did you get and what type of implant? So originally I knew what size I wanted. I knew I wanted to get 450 cc's. Keep in mind that before I went into surgery, I was a full B, pretty much a C cup. So the day that I went to do my consultation, I was looking at the implants and I was looking at the implant sizes, and they did put a bra over me, and I was able to measure what type of implants or what size implants I wanted, and 450 cc's was so big. It looked so big on me, and I was just like, like, no, I don't want to do something that's gonna make me look disproportionate to my body. I want to do something to look like very proportionate to my size. So yeah, I decided to go down. So after 450, I looked at 400. I still didn't like it, and then the girl that was helping me out, she suggested 325 and 345 cc's. So after trying those out, I decided I was going to do 320. I was going to do 320 filled to 350, and that is part of the other question that you guys asked, which is what type of implant did I get. So I did get saline implants. There's two different type of implants, saline and silicone. I decided to go with saline. So for the saline implants, you do have a choice of overfilling the implant, which means it is like a little pocket that they put in it, and then they overfill it to whatever size you want so it can look rounder. So originally I was going to do 320 filled to 350. So yeah, that was what I was gonna get. But the day of surgery, I did this dumbest mistake I could have ever done. So the day of surgery, I was talking to Dr. Taneja, and I decided that I was just scared to go really big. So I told him, hey, instead of going from 320 cc's filled to 350 cc's, can we just stick at 320 and not overfill them? And that was the dumbest mistake I could have ever done, because I knew that I wanted the round look, but little did I know that when you get the roundness, that means that they overfill your implant, and I did not know that. I did not know that the overfilling made it look rounder on top, and that is what I wanted. So to answer your question, long story short, I got 320 cc's, but I should have overfilled them to my original size, which was 320 filled to 350, because that gives you the roundness. So yeah, I got 320 cc's, and the implants that I got are saline. So going back to overfilling your boobs, I was pretty upset because I didn't overfill my boobs, and I don't know why I made that decision. I was just so scared that I was gonna go too big, and honestly, the bigger the better, because that's one thing that I've learned from every video that I've watched of girls that get their boobs done. Go with your gut instinct. If you want them to look big, go big, because when you get them done, they're gonna shrink and they're gonna look totally different. My boobs are nice. I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I do wish I could have gotten bigger, and I do wish I could have overfilled them. So I do have like checkups that I have to go to Dr. Taneja's office, and they check my boobs. And I just went this past Monday, and I was talking to the nurse that was helping me, and I told her that I was pretty upset with the size, and I was pretty upset that I didn't overfill them. But I found out something so amazing. So apparently when you get saline implants, you do have the option of overfilling them even though you already have the implants inside of you. So when I heard that, I was so happy. So I do plan on overfilling my boobs even though they're already in. I do plan on overfilling them maybe in the future. I think I'm gonna do them probably about half a year from now. Keep in mind that my boobs are not completely healed yet. It does take a total of 6 months to see the final result. So basing it off of my final result, I will see how much I want to overfill my boobs. But when I overfill them, they're basically just gonna go in. This procedure obviously is not painful at all. They do it in the office. She mentioned to me that they do it right there in the office. You don't have to go to the surgical building or to the surgery center. They do it in the office right there, and literally you don't need any recovery time. People usually go to work and go to their regular lives right after doing this procedure, which is amazing. So yeah, I found out that I can overfill them, so I'm so excited about that. So yeah, I do plan on overfilling my boobs. Another question that you guys did ask is, what is the difference between silicone and saline? So obviously, like I said, there's two different type of implants. There's silicone and there is saline. Silicone is probably the most popular implant that there is. So silicone is obviously a silicone-based implant, and saline is a water-based implant. So basically the difference between the two, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about what the two are and what both will look like on you. I also took a picture. I'm going to put it right here on the side. I took a picture from Dr. Taneja's office, and he was describing the silicone and the saline implants and what kind of outcome they give you. So yeah, the silicone implants basically are, like I said, silicone. And they are an implant that they put in you. That implant is already pre-filled, so the incision is going to be bigger when they put it in, versus saline implant. It's not a pre-filled implant, it's literally just a pocket, so the incision is very small. It is not big at all, and basically they put that little pocket in and they just overfill it. They overfill it to whatever size you want, like I said. So that is the difference between the two. The incision for silicone is big, the incision for silicone is small. Another thing is that silicone does tend to last longer. Saline is water and won't last as long. So obviously saline is just like water that's in you, and the implant is prone to like ripple on the side. So sometimes that might be bad because it'll do like the little, what is it called, rippling? I don't know how to describe it, but the implant overall does tend to ripple over the years. Also, saline implant is most possible to burst quicker than a silicone implant because saline, like I said, again, it's just water. But if it does ever tend to like burst in you or just like pop, it is water. It's salt water, I think it is. So it just goes into your body naturally. It's not harmful for your body whatsoever. Versus if silicone were to rupture in your body, I personally feel like that's a little bit more dangerous. Obviously the boobs or the implants are FDA approved and they're supposed to be very safe, but like I said, one is naturally just going to go into your body versus the other one is basically like an unknown substance going into your body. So I do feel like saline is somewhat safer. Another thing is that saline implants tend to look a little bit more fake than silicone. So silicone implants do get a lot more softer and do feel a lot more real, versus saline, not that they're not soft, but they tend to look a little bit more fake than silicone. So I personally wanted to get my boobs, and I thought to myself, if I'm gonna get a boob job, I want them to look like fake. Not that I want them to look fake, but I want them to look like they're there, you know? So I did go for like the fake look, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's the difference between the two. I can't think of anything else, but the chart that I put, hopefully that was helpful for you. That explains all the benefits of silicone and saline. Sorry guys, I feel like I need a little break. I feel like I'm talking way too much. Hopefully this is all making sense to you. I'm trying to give you guys as much information as I can. But I also feel like I'm running out of breath. I'm sorry. All right, going into the next question. Someone asked, what made you choose doing your boobs over your butt instead? So to be honest with you guys, the way I see it is getting a breast augmentation is very normal nowadays. Getting a breast augmentation is pretty much like getting braces or like getting, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty normal to girls nowadays. So I wanted it because I just wanted my boobs to look better. And I would personally say that my butt, I feel like I can work on that, versus my boobs, I feel like it's a lot harder for me to work on my boobs and get my boobs bigger. I feel like the only way you can get big boobs is if you like get pregnant or something. But your butt is obviously something that you alone can work on yourself. So I felt like it was no biggie if I got my boobs done. Not that I would never do my butt, just that I feel like I would have to think about it for years before I even do my butt. Versus my boobs, I feel like it's just not as bad as your butt, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, my boobs are something that I feel like I wanted to fix just so it can make me feel secure about my like chest area. And I just didn't want to wear boobs. I didn't want to wear bras, sorry. I didn't want to wear bras ever again. So the thought of having a boob job is just like was awesome to me. So yeah, I was just like, hey, let me just do my boobs. I feel like they're gonna make me feel better and they just are gonna look better on me. So yeah, that is why I decided to do my boobs over my butt. And going into the next question, someone else asked, are you planning to get a BBL? So here's the thing, guys. Just because someone does plastic surgery doesn't mean that they're gonna do their whole body. Like, honestly, I did this just because it was something that I felt like I wanted to do to my body to make myself feel better. Obviously my ears was a big insecurity of mine, so that's why I did them, but my boobs were just gonna make me feel better. Going back to the question, do I plan on getting a BBL? I can't say yes or I can't say no. The idea of having a big butt is amazing. Like, yeah, I don't have anything against BBLs, but I can't answer that question right now because it's not something that I know. I don't think I have a small butt, but I don't think I have the biggest butt on earth. That question is like very, very like hard to answer. Who knows, maybe down the road when I have more money, or I don't know, maybe later I decide that I want a bigger butt and I want to get a BBL, you know? So I'm not gonna say no, you know, never say never, because you don't know what's gonna happen next year or in 5 years. But yeah, the thought of having a big butt is nice, you know? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I would want a big butt, but like I said, if I want to have a big butt, I can work for that. And maybe later, if I don't see that my results are coming through, then maybe that's when a BBL will come down to it. Another question that you guys asked was, what was the hardest part of your recovery? Honestly, recovery wasn't bad at all whatsoever. Recovery was actually pretty awesome. Think of it this way, like, I was sleeping basically all day. I love sleeping. The only thing that was like uncomfortable for me was the way I was sleeping, because obviously when you get out of surgery you have to sleep on your back, so you have to sleep basically sitting up. I would say that that was the most uncomfortable thing ever. I was sleeping sitting up for almost, I want to say almost like 3 weeks. 3 or 3.5 weeks. Oh my god, I hated it so much. But other than the fact that I would not do anything but sleep and eat and just chill, I like love recovery. I would do it all over again without a doubt. Not even the pain was bad, like literally no pain was bad at all. Actually, I take that back. There was, my ears were not a bother whatsoever. For my boobs, I did have some like uncomfortable feeling on my areolas, which are my nipples. I did have a very uncomfortable feeling, mostly on my right boob. My right boob was a lot more swollen and bruised than my left boob. I feel like my left boob instantly recovered on its own, like immediately, and this one took a lot to recover because it was just very swollen and very bruised. So I would feel a lot of discomfort on my areolas because I would get like this very like sharp stinging pain on them. Like it felt like it was just like a muscle spasm on my nipple, and it just felt like it was stinging, like it was burning. Like it was so weird. I don't even know how to describe it. It just felt so weird. And the thing was that it would last for like a minute or maybe less, and then it would go away on its own. It would come back, but like go away very quickly. That was just very weird. Other than that, the pain was not bad. Massaging them at first kind of did feel uncomfortable too, and it even kind of hurt. The first time that I had to massage my boobs, I was at the office and the nurse actually massaged my boobs for me. Oh, that actually did hurt. That did hurt. She like was manhandling my boobs, and she was like just being very aggressive when she was like massaging them. So actually that did hurt. But when she did that, after like I massaged them myself, it didn't hurt as much. So I just feel like they were tense, so that's why it hurt. But yeah, sleeping on my back was very uncomfortable, and that like nipple pain was very uncomfortable too. But other than that, like I said, surgery and recovery was awesome. I would do it all over again if I could. All right, so the last question that I'm going to answer for you guys is, why didn't you wait to get a breast augmentation until after you had kids? That's a very, very interesting question as well. Honestly, when it comes down to having kids and like breastfeeding with a breast augmentation, you literally can do it. Like there's no risk. Like you can breastfeed with saline and with silicone implants, and that won't be a problem whatsoever. I feel like I know I don't want to have kids just yet, so I wanted to enjoy my boobs before I even have kids. You know, I'm young, you know, I want to enjoy my boobs now versus later. And obviously when I have kids, if my boobs do change, I probably most likely will get them redone. You do have to check them every once in a while, but they do recommend you get your boobs removed and replaced every 10 years. And since mine are saline, who knows if they're even gonna last that long. So yeah, I will definitely redo my boobs if I don't like how they look after kids. But yeah, I just wanted to enjoy my boobs. I wanted to enjoy my time with them without, you know, having any kids. So yeah, that's why I didn't wait until I had kids. I know a lot of people say, well, there's no point of getting your boobs done if you're gonna have kids. To me, I felt like I might as well just enjoy my time with them now, and I'm young, so might as well do them now. So yeah, that is pretty much all the questions that you guys asked me. To be honest, all of the questions were like boob related. None of them really had anything to do with otoplasty, which is fine. I feel like otoplasty is not so much of a popular procedure, so not a lot of people know of it. But yeah, hopefully I answered all your guys' questions. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Like I said, if you guys are not yet subscribed, make sure you guys do that right now and give this video a big thumbs up. And that is all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.